FuzzJockRadio.
What's up, nephews? Hold on, y'all. Don't ask no questions yet. I'm trying to put the order in. Keep going. Okay.
What's on the menu tonight?
Chris, he said no questions.
Yeah, right. Tell me to lock in. Hold on. I got one more thing. Hold on. Wait. Customize no ice. Like Minnesota, y'all. I love Minnesota, man. Hope y'all love me back.
Yeah, we love you, Ant. I do. How about you? I think you do. We are here. I am here. You are here. C-Dubs is here. J-Mez is here. We are here. We're FuzzJockRadio. We're all live, and we all love Ant. I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself. I love Ant. Oh, my goodness.
We are live.
We are live. And in action.
And alive.
In action and alive. And we are here. And wow, what a way to start this episode. I'm a little too excited and a lot of nerves. And I'm too excited. Well, it is very caffeinated, very evil coffee. So I should probably take a step back here, and just like everybody else should, just take a step back and breathe. And just remember, everything is going to be okay.
Maybe.
We are here. We are FuzzJockRadio. My name is Fuzzy. I am one of your Hests.
Hi.
We have another Hest all the way out in California, and his name is
C-Dubs.
And then we have another Hest, a longtime Hest, one that has started these episodes, all these seasons, all our shows with us, and he's back from vacation.
Hi. This is J-Mez. Hi.
J-Mez is back. Back from Fight Island, from vacation. We had
I've done it all.
You showed back up.
Yeah.
In the middle of the season, and you mentioned to us that it wasn't actually a vacation that you went on.
Yeah.
You actually went on espionage mission to Fight Island to go find our Hest that we sent out there for. Right? That's what happened, right? How's it going?
I don't. Well,
You're back. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't want to comment on that situation.
Okay.
No, I don't know. It's been, it's kind of fuzzy.
I kind of know
doing fuzzy things.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, I'm not going to hold it against you. I know that you have a lot under your belt, and there's a lot of other things going on.
Yeah.
So, wink, wink.
You ever do
See,
that?
that was wink, wink. You understand what I'm trying to drop here? Are you picking it up?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's not my fault.
It's not at all. We're not talking about it. It's cool. It's cool, J-Mez. Wink, wink. C-Dubs. It's cool, right?
Nod's as good as a wink to a blind bat.
Absolutely. What's up, J-Mez? How you been?
Oh, I just
Hey,
did, I
J-Mez.
did it. Hi.
You did it.
What's going on, bro?
Just being pretty fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
Been fuzzy.
Cool.
Doing fuzzy things. Doing fuzzy time.
C-Dubs?
You ever do that?
Yeah, we do. We do those.
Yeah.
Should we move on to C-Dubs to see how he was since this last
What do
week?
you do?
C-Dubs, how's it going?
As you can see, I'm doing pretty fuzzy too.
Growing facial
Having
hair.
the fuzzy times, doing the fuzzy things.
Yeah. Yeah, look
Yeah.
at that.
I've done that.
You guys
It's
are
a little
doing all the
fuzzy.
fuzzy stuffs.
Yeah. You ever do that?
So,
Yeah.
you never done that fuzzy?
You ever do that?
Me? Well, are you asking
Yeah.
me what I did this last week since we've been back?
In a way.
Well,
Well, I
Yeah.
went and I vacuumed my floor of the studio.
So it's not
it'd be,
fuzzy.
So it'd be nice. I also got my tattoos retouched up from Cactus Tattoo, not sponsored, but a great tattoo shop in Mankato, Minnesota. If you ever need a tattoo to go to. What else did I do? I did a lot of things. Should we just move on?
let's start. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do have
Yeah.
we do have a
Two
lot
episodes left.
There's like
A
9
lot.
pages of.
to talk about.
Yeah. Did we ever figure out what sports we're going to talk about?
Some
mean-
of the sports.
We only have.
Okay.
Wait a minute, guys. You know what episode this is?
Which sports do we do?
What episode is this? This
This is the penultimate episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is the penultimate. I can't say that word. I just can't say it. Like
The one preceding the final episode.
Correct.
the penultimate
Yeah.
episode. Yep. Also,
dude.
So this, yeah, good point. This is the second to last episode. So when we go on break, don't worry, we will come back in April, right? April is when we're coming back. Next week is the last episode of season 5, which is fine. And then we are going to.
Everybody needs breaks, you know.
And then when we come back, we're going to come back upgraded. And instead of just saying that we're coming back upgraded and then just you not really knowing what we did to upgrade, we're going to say what we did. We're precursoring it with we're going to have an intern producer, making our notes and adding sound effects to the episodes and taking the burden off my shoulders. I'm not saying that this show's a burden by any means. This is not a burden. But like it would be nice to have a little bit of help, is what I'm saying, you know. And so last week we tested out a producer. We have another one, and then we're gonna have another person next week, and then season 6 we're going to introduce the intern producer and see how well that goes. It should run smoothly and swimmingly. I'm really excited.
That's exciting.
About it. This intern, I noticed, did some highlighting, which is kind of neat. Highlighted some of the notes. And then just to get it out of the way,
Like a digital highlighter?
yeah,
Like
yeah, look.
what?
Scroll down here a little bit. See,
They have
it's highlighted.
They have
You see
highlighters
that?
in computers now?
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
New technology.
Oh my goodness.
And also, just to get it out of the way, if you like what we do, you can support us by going to FuzzTalkShop.com. That's FuzzTalkShop.com, and buy a T-shirt or a hoodie or some FuzzTalk Radio or FuzzJockRadio merchandise. We stay away from sponsors and advertisements, so we don't have to break up your listening pleasures. Just go to FuzzTalkShop.com and buy yourself a T-shirt. And then
Or someone else a t-shirt. It's fine.
is that the intro? Is that where we're good with that?
Are you ready for some football?
Are we ready for some football? The Pro Bowl just
The Pro
happened
Bowl.
this last weekend out in Las Vegas.
Did anybody watch it?
I did a little bit, actually, didn't?
Yeah,
Like,
we watched some of it.
Nobody usually watches the Pro Bowl.
No,
No.
no one should have watched it.
No, but it was extra special because it was in Vegas. You know, it's the first time that it was in Vegas instead of Hawaii, which is a good step in the direction of Pro Bowls, right? Because
Bring it back to the
closer.
mainland.
yeah, people shouldn't be going out to Hawaii during this pandemic anyway, right? And then bring Pro Bowl out there during this. Fuck that.
They don't.
it
They
sounded
don't
like-
deserve that.
It sounded like the players had a lot more fun than they normally do at the Pro
Yeah, they
Bowl.
were goofing.
Yeah, they were having a lot of fun. Kirk Cousins, our quarterback, was out there, and from what I heard, is that he figured out a way during the Pro Bowl to do a check down. So I don't know if it was during a skills test or it was or something. I'm trying to remember what I heard. Oh yeah, it was like two. He
It was
during
really
the
cool
game.
though, right?
Yeah, he checked down. He instead of just letting him fly.
The Justin Jefferson won
Jefferson was
their
out there.
dodgeball tournament.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Dodgeball?
Yep.
That's
One
fun.
hand caught the final throw.
Oh,
Yep. Looked like it was
only-
going to take
if
him down, but
only-
he caught it.
if only it was a football, huh?
Yep.
What?
If only Kirk Cousins could throw in that football.
Yesterday or last night, one of the players got in a lot of trouble for assault and battery. heard.
Alvin Kamara,
From what team?
the Saints,
The Saints. So that happened.
just hours after the Pro Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yep.
he's having too much fun and not at somebody else's expense. Not good.
Nope.
So yeah, Pro Bowl happened in Vegas.
Good.
The Vikings are they still on a search for a head coach, or did they find one?
They found one, but they can't sign him until the Super Bowl ends.
What do you mean by that? How does that?
So he's on the staff of the Rams. He's the offensive coordinator of the Rams, Mr. Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell, okay.
And he can't sign a new job until this one's done.
Oh, okay.
So he's basically the coach of next year. They just can't officially do anything yet until the game's over.
So they talked to him.
There's going to be a new coach.
Yeah, there's going to be a new coach.
Oh,
for
that's
the Vikings,
wonderful.
They got a new. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to be a whole.
We don't like this coach.
We got rid of Zimmer.
Right?
We got rid of Zimmer,
Yeah.
and we also got rid of the
Rick Spielman,
general manager Rick Spielman. So it's going to be a total change.
And now we've got Kevin and Quasey.
Quasey is our new general manager. He's from the Cleveland Browns.
Oh,
and
we've got Kevin
now,
O'Connell.
So they talked to him. They interviewed him.
Yeah.
And they offered it to him, but he's like, I can't sign guys. I got a Super Bowl to win first. He's the offensive coordinator. Is that what you said?
Offensive coordinator, yes.
Okay, so that's good. And from what I'm understanding is that he is in line with the new mentality that the Vikings want to go with, which is the younger player mentality. They want to play the younger player games. So they hired a younger GM, Quasey, who is like 42, I think. Like he's right around my age. Not to date myself, but I'm 40, which in a lot of people's eyes is still young. And then if they go with this Kevin O'Connell, he is a younger styled offensive coordinator.
This is going to be a great,
and then we're gonna
great things to look forward to. Probably exciting, optimistic for Vikings fans.
And Kirk Cousins still has a contract.
That's all right.
So we'll see if they decide to offer him something different to get to leave, or
if he'll decide to be good now that Zimmer's gone.
That too.
Well, I heard some breaking news earlier today.
Well, what's that?
It wasn't very breaking or very newsworthy, but they still called it breaking news.
Hold on.
Did it break something?
What is it?
Break your face.
I'm waiting for the noiser.
Oh, you shouldn't wait.
Breaking records.
Yes, we're breaking all the records.
Breaking records.
Don't wait.
Okay.
Just tell us what it is.
I'm breaking the news that Mr. Kevin O'Connell is a fan of Kirk Cousins.
Kevin O'Connell's a fan of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
We heard it here first.
Oh man,
We heard it.
I didn't hear it.
We heard it here first.
That's not what I heard.
What did you hear?
What
What did you hear first? Fan of Kirk Cousins.
Just a fan of like.
Is it because he is so religious? We're not going to even get into that.
I think it's because he knew it would get him the job.
Okay.
So
I don't know if he's genuinely like a Kirk Cousins Bobo, but I think that he was like, yeah, I could make this work with Kirk Cousins. I think it's more of that type of a thing. But I actually was listening to a program that had a breaking news sounder to tell people exactly what I just said.
Oh, really?
Which is not breaking news and is not even known, is all complete speculation. But some people got to break nothing, you know?
Oh man. That one guy retired.
What one guy?
I don't know. The
Sean Payton?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, yes.
Yeah, you ever
Brady.
retired.
You ever heard of him?
He retired. Yep.
Tom Brady.
Yep.
Yeah. That guy, he's like, I'm done. I'm retired.
Yep.
First, we relegated the Patriots to their own league. Then we put Tom on his own team, and now he's out of the league completely.
What
Look
are we
did.
going to do with him next?
What's
Yeah,
in
what
store?
could be next for Tom?
What's in store for Tom Brady?
What is in store for Tom Brady?
A
That
sitcom?
is the question. It could be a sitcom. It could be a football analyst or a commentator or maybe an intern producer or a stay-at-home dad. Or
What if he gets really good at baseball?
baseball player? We've seen sports players go from their particular sport to another particular sport, like baseball to basketball. Like Michael Jordan did that. He went from baseball to basketball.
What if Tom Brady took up the competitive pillow fighting? People seem to really like that right now.
That is big right now.
Yeah.
Not as big as you imagine, though.
I heard it on the terrestrial radio earlier today, and the first thing that I heard them talking about was the pillow fighting.
So
That's not
they
real.
actually they aired it and sold it on fight.tv, where you get normally the pay-per-views for wrestling and stuff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They sold a pay-per-view of a pillow fight event, and it sold a lot of
Okay.
streams or whatever you consider success.
Adults in a pillow
Yes.
fight,
Yes.
like 1-on-1.
Yeah, in a ring,
What kind of pillows?
like weighted pillows. They look pretty heavy.
Okay. Not like bed pillows.
No,
Not throw pillow.
technical pillows. Official pillow.
official PFC pillows.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, not kidding you at all. It's a thing.
Yeah.
It's for real. And
So Tom Brady's next adventure will be in that.
yeah, that's what I think. I think that too.
But wait, before we move on, I do want to say one thing. I heard someone talking about all the things Tom Brady has to do with his time now that he doesn't work, or for the NFL, and someone brought up as one of his very time-consuming things was his NFT project.
Oh, gross.
God.
And I was like, really? That's how time-consuming is that possibly got to be for him?
Oh, C-dubs, we've stayed so far away from talking about that stuff. Finally bringing it up.
It's canceled.
Canceled. So Kevin O'Connell is our new
Tom
coach.
Brady's canceled.
Tom Brady is. Well, we'll see.
Yeah. He's canceled.
So since we got this new coach, that means we must have done a full search, or at least we were supposed to.
Yeah,
Just-
there's this. There's the okay, so like we wanted to talk about the Rooney Rule, and we wanted to make sure that your club or your team follows the Rooney Rule when searching for a new head coach. And what the Rooney Rule is, do you know what
This is a rule.
Yeah, there's a rule.
Yeah. And it's not about macaroni.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not something to joke about either. It's named after. Oh, Pittsburgh's coach, or right?
No, I don't know. I don't know who it's named after.
You know what the history of it is?
This is the producer's fault.
Do you know what it is either?
I know what the Rooney Rule is.
I've never heard of it.
You never heard of it? Okay. So it's the clubs must interview at least one diverse candidate from the career development advisory panel list, or a diverse candidate not currently employed by the club. The clubs must continue best practice recommendation of considering multiple diverse candidates. They also must maintain complete records and furnish to the league upon commissioner's request. And if final decision maker is involved in the beginning, he or she must be involved through the conclusion of the process. What basically it is that it makes it.
It's trying to open it up to more candidates.
Yeah.
That
Not just
that are not white.
old white dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
good.
So it makes it a lot more fair for a head coach to be considered, instead of it just being, well, we're just going to hire this white coach. Yeah, and it was adopted in 2003. There's an NFL policy requiring every team with a head coaching vacancy to interview at least one or more diverse candidates. It's named after the late former Pittsburgh Steelers owner and chairman of the league's diversity committee, Dan Rooney.
There we go.
Dan Rooney.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we must have gone through it. If this is, I mean, is it? It's not.
I think we talked to
confirmed.
Todd Bowles.
Okay.
So I think he would probably be the person who would work for that list. But it sounds like they had this guy in mind like almost the whole way, which I find kind of suspect. But I mean, that's every coach for every team
Well,
is usually like, oh, we're just going to hire this white guy.
the problem too is that there's also a lot of nepotism in
Tons of
NFL.
nepotism.
And if you have nepotism in your league or in your company, you're going to have issues like this, where you're just going to hire your old boys club. You're hiring your own your buddies, your friends, right?
Yeah.
And not giving.
They got to look
okay.
outside of their own club.
And that's okay,
at
right?
least,
But you have
like,
to look outside and you have to give other people their opportunities.
Yeah.
And the reason this is coming up is because Brian Flores, who just lost his job as the Miami coach, is basically saying that this is not being applied to or by most teams in the NFL, along with a lot of other things he's accusing them of.
Accusing who of the owners?
Brian Flores is accusing the owners and the NFL itself of not really keeping up to snuff with this.
With the Rooney Rule.
Yeah, and he's claiming that the Miami owner offered him money to lose games, which he did not accept.
Why would the Miami owner?
Man, that's
because he wants a better draft pick.
Okay. That's bad though. That's cheating.
That is
cheating.
So
that is exactly.
So he was let go because he wouldn't cheat.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it sounds like, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now he's not able to find a new job, right? It's basically that too, is what he's saying.
Yeah, and he won't because of this. There's no way they'll let him back in the NFL
because the owners are colluding as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that what you're throwing down?
That's exactly what I'm throwing down.
It's horrible.
I'm picking that up.
There are, in the whole league before. Okay, they just hired Lovie Smith in Houston. Before that, they had only Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin's the only
Mike Tomlin was the only non-white head coach. That's it. And now there's two. There are two black head coaches, but that's it. Of a league 70% predominantly black.
Yeah.
They do not have representation in coaching or general managing or in ownership even. It's really unfair and bullshit from the top down. Yeah.
And then on top of it, you add the nepotism.
Yep.
Where for all the peripheral jobs is going to coaches, kids and grandkids and
even the announcers' jobs,
uncles and aunts and.
Why do they keep doing that? They're horrible people.
Why do we keep supporting this shit?
I hate it.
I agree.
It sounds like something else that used to exist in the United States.
Still exists.
Spring football.
Yeah, right. Which is owned by Fox. USFL is coming out, and it's owned by Fox, and we'll see how well
Dude, is Tom
that
Brady
company.
gonna go to the USFL?
Whoa!
Can he do it?
Holy shit! Would that be
Breaking
something?
news.
Would that be something else?
Mm-hmm. I'd watch it.
We'll need to have this queued up for when that. Oh, that.
Tom Brady.
We are hoping he goes to USFL. That would be something else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'd be really funny. He quits the NFL to be in the USFL. I'd love it.
I would not put it past him because he is in prime shape, even though he's the oldest player. He's playing great.
No drop off yet.
He was just supposed to win that Super Bowl this year.
Why
And
didn't he
then
do
retire.
it again?
I don't know why he
You
didn't.
should have did it at least one more time.
History of the Super Bowl. We got a chart of the history of the Super Bowl. Total wins. Okay, so there's what? A bunch of them? How many are there? There's a lot of them. What's up with this graphic here?
So I thought we'd put up a little history of the Super Bowl. So the Vikings, as we know, went 4 times when when none of us were on this planet yet. At least none of us in this podcast.
Yeah.
But
And they lost.
at least we haven't had any appearances like the Browns, Lions, Jags, and Houston.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was just noticing in here the Steelers and the Patriots both have 6.
Wow.
Which is just insane to think.
That's
like
wins.
all those Patriot
Yeah,
ones are
that's
from the last 10 years,
That's wild.
20 years.
Yeah.
seeing that role of Buffalo Bills
So
losing
sad.
was really sad there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baseball is fun again in Minnesota.
And baseball is not fun again in Minnesota. You know why, James?
There's no baseball.
Well, because it's cold outside. It's December. Yeah. No, it's not December. It's January. No, it's February. There's still snow. So there's just no baseball. Can you imagine playing baseball in the winter and how hard the bat would be in your hand? Like you hit that ball and then the ball hits the bat and your hands would vibrate from the baseball bat. I can't talk about this because I'm so excited. The baseball bat would vibrate in your hands after you hit the home run, which, as we all know, it wouldn't be a home run because balls drop in colder weather. And your hands would hurt really hard because it's so cold out. So obviously it's
not baseball.
It's not fun in baseball.
That's why they go to like.
So it's not fun.
They go south for this time, and then they play baseball down there.
And that's why we don't play in Minnesota, and that's why it's not fun in Minnesota during this time.
But you can go to not Minnesota and have fun baseball.
Not Minnesota.
Okay, so yeah, what you're trying to allude to as well is that the MLB is locked out. The players are locked out of the stadiums. Do you know
no one wants to work anymore?
The baseball is your favorite sport. What do you think about this? What's going on? How do you know?
There was a time.
We usually don't talk about this a whole lot because of C-Dubs' other profession. But they
you guys can.
What do you think? What do you think? The MLB the owners asked for some federal mediation between the two parties to get the ball moving because
they don't agree though. No, they're saying they say no.
Yep.
Why though?
I don't know. I'm asking you, bud.
Sounds like it's probably a shit deal. Is it?
I don't know. So
I will say this. The last time they went into federal mediation, it actually it worked. And they were able to get to go through. But you know who the judge was who went through the federal mediation?
Who was that?
Sotomayor, the now Supreme Court Justice.
Oh.
In the 90s was the federal mediator for MLB to help them figure out their lockout situation or But the players don't have to agree to this, and so they did not.
That's good.
Okay, we'll just move on.
FuzzJockRadio. Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it. Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it. Yeah. Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it.
You guys didn't have anything else to talk about with Major League Baseball, did you?
No, they don't want to play.
No, that's about it. The Minnesota Lynx schedule, I got schedule right here. They're playing again come May 6th, Friday, May 6th at 9 p.m. versus Seattle. So that's something to look forward to. We come back in April, so we'll remind you when that they're playing in May, a month later. They just recently announced that they re-signed the two-time WNBA champion and finals MVP, Sylvia Fowles, which will be her final season in the WNBA per team policy. Terms of the deal were not released. She's a franchise leader. This is her 15th season.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was the 2021 WNBA Defensive Player of the Year. Fourth time she's earned that honor in 2011, 2013, 2016, and 2021. She finished the season with 10.1 rebounds per game, second in the league, and then 1.8 steals per game and 1.8 blocks per game. becoming the first player since Yolanda Griffith in 1999 to rank among the league's top five in all three categories in the same season. She averaged 16 points per game, 10.1 rebounds per game, and was the sixth time averaged a double-double over the full season. So I don't need to tell you guys all this, that she's an awesome player. So it's great to hear that she got re-signed, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm glad to keep her on the team. 15 seasons. Wow.
That's a long
That's
time.
amazing.
It was a long time.
We get to see one more season.
Mm-hmm. One more season.
One more.
Yeah.
So I
Lisa
put something in here
Leslie.
for
What is
for
this?
women's basketball.
Nice.
32 years ago today, Lisa Leslie, who was a player for the Sparks, she dropped 101 points in a first half of a high school game.
Holy
Dude, that's
goodness.
insane.
How many people were playing that game?
Full amount. But she actually was pulled. They pulled her from the game
So
before she could break the record of 100 and I think it was 8 or something like that.
What?
Why?
And she asked the other team, "Hey, can I go back in just to score the few points to get the record?" And they were like, "No."
Why? Why do they do that?
Why would she ask
Because they
the other
thought
team?
it was unsportsmanlike that she already put up 101 points.
How many did they have at the time?
Then nowhere near.
Like 12?
Because she put up 101 alone in the first half of the game, and I think the other team only put up like 70, 60, the whole combined.
Hmm.
So they were like, "No, this is unsportsmanlike," which I don't really think. I mean, she's rocking those shots. Let her get them.
But did like her coach pulled her out of the game first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her coach pulled her, but on behest of everyone, being like, "This is out of hand."
She's too much of a superstar. We can't face your true power. Please have mercy on us.
Update.
This is so that was
Who is Carl?
Carl Anthony Towns, Cat.
Oh, Cat.
Yeah so,
Yeah.
so that sound of the lion was not a Timberwolf, it was a lion. And which is in reference to Cat, Carl Anthony Towns, K-A-T. We have
He's a cat wolf.
and we have an ant on the team as well.
He's an ant wolf.
Ant wolf and cat wolves. The Timberwolves are currently hot. HOT hot. I was gonna make up an acronym for that, but I forgot to think about it. Hunks on
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves. I don't like that. But they've been winning. They've currently out of their 1,
Say
2,
28 and
3,
25.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of the last 8 games, they only lost 2. And what was that, JMS?
This is 28 and 25.
28 and 25 is what?
Their record right now?
Yeah, they're over
They're a winning
500.
record. Nice.
They're over 500.
Well,
And that's the first time since I believe 2019
dude.
that they've been over 500 like for more than a day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that would have been at the beginning of the 2019 season
Jeez.
when they were like 5-3.
Well, dude, this is a really sweet team, though.
Yeah, they're really good now.
Have you been watching any of the
love
games?
No, not yet.
Ant had another 40-point game, so has now 4 40-point games.
He
before
loves
he's 21.
Minnesota.
Yeah, he does.
I love him.
Yeah, we do. We do love him.
Yeah.
Um,
Rocking it. How is Cat?
Cat's been doing great. 31 points, 24 points. As you can see in this note here, that
I can't
he's
find it in the graphic. It's confusing me.
a team leader in pretty much all these games.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
In rebounds and points. Also, so is Anthony Edwards
Yeah, dude.
and D'Lo.
Was he the only player on the court February 1st? He's all 3 of the
Yeah, look at that. 31
24
points, 11
10
points.
rebounds, 7 assists.
And then also 31 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists.
What if we had 3 cats at once and cloned them?
Wouldn't that be
Whoa.
something?
Yeah. Or like he moves so fast. It was like
Will we call that a litter?
you ever see that like
The
on
litter of
Dragon Ball
cats.
Z where they move so fast it looks like there's 9 of them? Like
Yeah.
I want to see a basketball anime based on cat.
Ooh, that'd be really good. I bet they could make that awesome.
Yeah. And ant.
Do the artistic style where there's no outlines,
Cat
like no
wolf and
black
ant wolf.
outlines. You know, where it's just the color.
This is a really great idea.
We all know what that sound means, or what this jingle is. It's time for the
Buzz question of the week.
And this is when I ask the Hess a question, and then they answer with their opinion answer. There are no correct answers and no wrong answers, so we won't discuss why their answer is wrong. We'll just move on. And tonight's question of the week is...
Lay it on me.
Jameis,
Yes, sir.
at what time of the day do you think Alex Rodriguez will tell us that he is moving to Timberwolves? What time of day do you think Alex Rodriguez, and why? Explain why you think what the time of day.
I don't want him to.
Well, no, that's the
Because-
question of the week.
I don't want Alex Rodriguez. If you're Alex Rodriguez, if you're listening right now, I just want to say that I'm not really a big fan, but please don't do this. The moving the team.
But that's not answering the
Do you-
question, James.
Does he still own the team?
He's going
Just
to.
bought
About to. Alex Rodriguez is
I
about
thought
to.
he bought it and sold it already.
No. No. Should we just move on? C-dubs.
I want to do my answer
Okay, C-dubs. Yep.
at night
Oh, that's a better answer.
on a Friday. And I say this because he will do it to get it out of the news cycle. Just dump it.
Just dump
So
it.
over the weekend when no one's doing interviews, the news will run rampant. And by Monday, it'll be stale and no one will care.
And that was...
Buzz question of the week.
I like C-Dubs' answer better.
That was a good answer. Very good.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that, you know.
The All-Star game happened in the NHL this last weekend, and guess where they played the NHL All-Star game?
It was Las Vegas.
It was Las Vegas.
Yeah, you ever been there?
I have, actually. Have you?
Yeah.
Have you?
No, I don't want to go there.
Well, what stays in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
How'd you get out?
Did I?
Time travel.
Does anyone ever leave them?
Temporal portals?
Wormhole.
I have been, and I have some stories I could tell.
Dude.
I like your stories.
My stories are fun.
But you
I think.
technically can't.
Well, I can.
Not on podcast.
Not on a
Jan.
podcast. There was one time that
then
I ran into
they-
you. I was hanging out with UFC wrestlers. That's all I'm gonna say. It was something else.
Ooh.
This is a good list of players. Are these the players in the All-Star game?
Well,
These are just the wild players.
Okay.
those are the wild players.
Man, they could be like the All-Star team themselves.
Basically could have been, but they only picked 2 people from the wild to be in the All-Star game.
Yeah, missed opportunity if you ask me.
I know.
Which one?
So have you ever been to or watched NHL All-Star game?
I haven't.
Do you,
they're
how
more
it works,
are they more exciting than the people care about the Pro Bowl?
I would say it's far more exciting than the Pro Bowl.
That's great.
I've even been to one. I went to an All-Star game once. And it was entertaining because they are, even though there's only 6 people or 3-on-3, and then the 2 goalies, so really 4-on-4. They actually play, like they're trying.
They just do 3-on-3 for the All-Star?
Yeah,
Huh.
because they don't want to have people checking and all that stuff, and then because they know they will. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
they can't turn it off. NFL players, I don't know how they turn it off, but they definitely turn it off for the Pro Bowl. It should be the most exciting one of them all, but it's the worst. And then the NHL one's fun because what they do is they have all the divisions play a tournament.
Yeah.
And so then you play the 4 teams play against each other, and then the winners of those 2 play against each other, and then whoever wins that is the champion of the league. And this year, I believe the Metropolitan Division won, but the Central Division, which we are in, got to the finals. So we did have Krill playing in more than one All-Star event.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty
he
cool.
got 3 assists, so good on him.
He's all-star material.
How
Yeah.
busy? You've never been to Vegas? You know how big Vegas? Have you been to Vegas, C-Dubs?
Yeah, I drove
I'm sorry
through
to
it.
jump back to this.
No, it's all good.
You drove through, right?
Yeah.
How big was it?
It was huge.
Well, I was gonna say not
No,
that
not
big,
really.
right?
Oh.
No, it's
Yeah,
not that
yeah,
big. It's
no,
like one.
yeah,
It's
okay.
one. It's one
Don't trick Jameis.
long road that goes only so many blocks in.
To
Yeah.
where you can walk, which I have done. Like, you got to keep the stories inside.
The
but,
entire
like,
city limits is like a strip,
it's
right?
a strip. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
A strip with like an alley behind each.
basically, or everything's like connected through skyways and through buildings just being right next to each other.
Yeah.
But you can walk from one end of the strip down to the other end of the strip within a couple hours, like easily, like within an
You could
hour.
have walked between the 2 stadiums that the NHL All-Star Game and the NFL Pro Bowl were in like minutes.
Yeah.
100%.
You could have walked between the 2 stadiums. That's how close they were.
Absolutely, so close. And what I'm trying to bring up here is like with Vegas being so small like that, and the stadiums being so close together, and 2 All-Star games happening at the same time.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Not just regular weekend Vegas people during the winter when a lot of people are going to Vegas because it's winter out.
Mm-hmm. Snowbirds.
Yeah, the snowbirds and whatnot. But like, and not just because it's a lot of people, because, you know, football has a lot of people and NHL has a lot of people, like staff and players and whatnot. But like the fans too. Like, how many people are there to go around? Like, seriously.
Where are these people coming from?
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking. asking.
I wonder how much crossover.
I'm
do you
gonna
think
turn
there
around.
was?
There's more of them.
Do you think that either one of them like cannibalized their fan base, or there would have been more people attending the shows if they would have been on separate weekends, or vice versa? Like, I bet I would imagine. Another word I'm going to try to get away from is using the word bet. I'm going to bet that I'm going to say something like, I could imagine that they had analysts that figured this out, and they spoke between each other, you know, NHL and the NFL. They talked between each other of, should we do it on separate weekends or should we do it all at once? Right? Like, there's got to be statistics for stuff like that, and like there's got to be analysts trying to figure that out. And I'd like to see those statistics, you know? That would be neat to see those charts.
I would say I would guess the only reason that this Pro Bowl might have been more successful than it normally would be is probably because, since it's so close to where the Super Bowl is, and the Super Bowl is so unattainable for the average person,
Yes.
that the NFL Pro Bowl probably was a bigger success this year, being close to the Super Bowl market, than it would have been without the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, and well, with that, this is the first time that it was in Vegas, and prior to this, it was in Hawaii. So
They did a few in Florida, but still not big turnouts.
yeah, and
Yeah.
and so that's, to me, that's obvious that fan wise for the Pro Bowl specifically, if it was a better success this year than it was in previous years, I'm wondering if it would have been more successful if they had it on a separate weekend than the NHL's All-Star Weekend, or at a different venue, you know, like, you know, in LA instead of, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I bet it helped each other. Honestly,
I would think they would. I would just like
Yeah.
to. I would just like to see those statistics and those graphs.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I would wonder. I wonder if NHL analysts talked to NFL analysts and tried to figure out, hey, should we do this on separate weekends or should we combine it together like this? You know, I'm sure that people talk to each other about that because it's such a big decision for event planning. Are you going to plan your event the same time that Metallica is playing? Right?
Absolutely, you are.
Open wide for some soccer!
Go ahead.
Speaking of bad planning,
Yeah. What's then the Soccer Cup qualifiers was USA versus Honduras, and it was in Minnesota in an outdoor facility.
a soccer
played-
game was played in negative temperatures in Minnesota
Did you
for
hear about
the
that,
World
James?
Cup
Why'd they do that?
because they're corrupt.
Oh,
They're like,
So
wouldn't that be
here-
funny
here's
to
some
see?
other-
that's horrible.
Here's some other things about this. First of all, they weren't allowed to wear anything extra. So they could only wear what you can wear at a normal soccer game in this game.
So they
you
couldn't
can't
wear,
have like the goaltender had one of those quarterback, pockets that they wear in the NFL where they
Yeah.
put their hands in.
Mhm.
It's a little
Yeah.
pad thing. So they had one for the goal. They made him take it off immediately. The game started and the referee was like, "Nope, take that off. You can't have extra equipment."
Wow. I
And
didn't know
then
that.
on top of that, Honduras was already completely eliminated. So this meant nothing. They couldn't get anything out of playing this game.
So
and
there's no team standing wise, nothing would happen for either the USA or Honduras.
Only would help the US. Could not. Honduras was completely eliminated, so nothing could happen for them. But this could help the US.
Well, you still have to play that game then.
Yeah, but not in negative temperatures in Minnesota.
Outdoor Minnesota. It's just
Yeah.
it was
The
wild
coach
to watch
even
that.
complained.
They did it, and USA
Well, look
won
at the
3-0.
Looks like people were cold.
So
Those are pretty
16
cold
shots
stats.
by the USA. Honduras had 2 shots.
Yeah.
Shots on target, 8 for USA, 0 by Honduras. 184 passes.
70% possession by US.
Yeah, Honduras did not show up to play that game.
Yeah,
They didn't want to.
they didn't want to play. It was too cold. So
Yeah, that.
USA passed the ball 480 times.
Yep.
They're just like, okay, I guess.
Oh, I want to see statistics compared to a producer. If you producer,
get on that.
Get that statistic. Next time you put statistics in there like that, have it compare to another like a regular game. You know what I mean? So then we can see. Just notes. Just put that.
Just
in
so
notes.
producer.
Yep. Okay. So USA is now
USA's
in
the
second
World Cup.
place in the World
Mhm.
Cup. That's
Yep.
cool.
Well, in our club or in our grouping.
Okay.
You know who had some good planning?
The World Cup.
NASCAR. NASCAR
Yeah.
had some good planning. And how ask me, how was that, Fuzz? How did NASCAR have good planning, Fuzz?
How did NASCAR have good planning, Fuzz?
Well, they planned this thing called the Clash at the LA Coliseum. They had a racetrack put into the LA Coliseum and they raced on it. That's a 1/4-mile track. They raced on a 1/4-mile track. That's the same as a track and field track. That's the size of a track and field track.
I'm looking at this, and this is not a track for race cars. This is Baby Park.
It's wild.
This is
to look
Baby
at.
Park.
It's so small. Like they had, normally they have like 30 some cars in the races, right? 36 cars, and they had, because of how short this track was, they had to bring it down to 20 some. 22 cars.
This thing looks like it would fit like 2 cars.
With 33 cars, they would have, or 36 cars, they would have been halfway around the track, and
this
just
looks
if they
so
just would have
ridiculous.
lined up the cars end to end.
Like I can't imagine anything from how small this track is other than like a circus performance.
Can you imagine a good promotion? Like, can you imagine this being good for a good decision? Like we were just talking about good decisions. Was this a good decision? Does it look like it could have been it could have been disastrous, right? This looks like it was horrible.
It does. I mean, it doesn't look like it would work unless it was like seriously like 2 cars or like.
Well, it was really weird to watch. I'll tell you what.
It was really weird to
because
watch.
it went.
Yeah, I mean, like a parade.
And like I heard that they had to change their cars around, where they have the engine in a different spot or something like that to allow the car to be under those conditions, and that's really hard wear and tear on these cars. And I do believe they use the same cars for other races, so like they're fucking breaking these cars down.
It was a dumb idea.
It was not
So
a
we
dumb
think.
idea. It was a great idea.
Was it?
Because you know what you're missing here,
Okay.
James?
Tell me.
I watched it.
Did
C-Dub watched it.
Did it look
No.
crazy?
It doesn't
and
matter.
weird?
That doesn't matter. We tuned in.
Whoa.
That's what matters. People that don't normally tune into these types of events tuned in. And it was weird. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. It actually made me think I want to watch some NASCAR now.
No, I think it's because you watched me play some NASCAR video game.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
That is absolutely part of it. So James here also is playing NASCAR games.
Yeah.
So,
But it's way cooler when you play it in a video game because you crash people.
And it doesn't hurt.
Yeah. It's funny.
oh,
It's funny.
You're
It's
one of
funny.
those players. You spit them out.
Yeah.
This event, they were completely in the dark because they'd never done this before about how this would turn out. They weren't sure if this would be a success, if people would watch it, if it would even work on the track. They didn't know if people would come, and
No, the place
it was a
packed.
complete success for every
Every aspect.
I still think it was weird,
The
but
the drivers all looked, even though that they were putting some wear and tear on those cars, they looked like they were having fun as well.
Yeah.
they look locked in.
They looked like it was like one of the guys that was like head of the pack. I saw he got knocked out, and they had an interview with him later, and they're like, how do you feel? And he's like, honestly, this has nothing to do with my record or has nothing to do with the career. It's just an event, and that type of shit happens. I'll know a little bit more about my car because I'm the one that broke it, and now I know a little bit more. It doesn't matter if I won or not. So it was like it was a neat event where it didn't matter if people won or not. It was an event. It was a promotional thing, and people made money. People had fun, and Ice Cube got to take the stage, and it was great.
Wait. I want to ask you something.
What?
Well, we'll get to that. But so this track is just so small, though. I mean, at some point, didn't it just look like the entire track had just like cars on it?
Yeah. Like it was the lead car was like probably 100 meters to 200 meters away from the and I can use meters, and I know how far the meters is because I ran track.
It's got 3 lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody
we
was,
got 3 lanes.
everybody was
They
really
couldn't
close.
even start aggered like they normally do. They had to start where they were all basically crunched in as close as they could get to each other, driving at the same pace, and then just said go.
Yeah, dude.
It was
Like-
something else. It was
Did
wild.
not. 50,000 people went to this though. 50,000 people attended this event in person.
And
I mean, it sounds hilarious.
we watched it. They're like people that would normally not watch NASCAR events watched it. I sent my sister a message asking if her husband and her were watching it because I know that they normally do watch NASCAR, and I wanted to let her know that her bigger brother was watching NASCAR too. I was watching NASCAR with my family, basically. It was neat.
You know what I think this is? This
What?
is the Royal Rumble of NASCAR.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
It's a gimmick to get us to watch, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
They add this track to the video game, and then I'll give it the business.
Then you'll do it.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
We
I'll
got
will
tell you what
say
it's
so.
like.
I had a whole bunch of ads pop up after watching this event because, that's how the technology works now. It just knows what you've done and it sends you ads for stuff you don't actually care about nonstop.
Yeah, on your shopping list, you'll probably get
On your
NASCAR
devices.
stuff now.
Yep. But I got a clip of one
You're
of the NASCAR voiceover guys being like, I'm going to run the whole track. And they all started making fun of him. And they're like, oh, you're too old. You can't run. That's such a long track. He ran in one complete sprint the entire track. This old guy.
Yeah, because it's 400 meters.
In a suit. In a fucking suit. Ran the entire... Because it's not that long.
Yeah, I mean, it's 400 meters. I used to do
track.
that. Yeah, it's
For
a
track and field.
Track and field.
It's a track and field track.
Yeah,
With like 26 NASCAR cars.
Yeah, they had to cut it down from 36. They had to cut it down. Because they would be end to end. They would go around the whole track.
Yeah.
Olympics are on, and are we going to talk about Olympics, or are we just skipping them because they shouldn't be happening in China?
They shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
There's a really good skater that landed a quadruple.
Ooh.
Is a quadruple one of those that doesn't happen normally?
Yeah.
Oh. Should we move on?
Yes.
Yeah. Cowboy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Well, let's do some cowboy Jesus, somebody. What do you say?
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
AEW news. Man, I really like the AEW. There's something else.
Something special.
Yeah, they are something special. They're real wrestling. You know, like they remind me, being racist is enough for me not to watch something or not enjoy, a program, aka WWE. But like WWE also is more than just that. They are also, I believe, is just overproduced, and which makes things unenjoyable. And then they also, like, Vince has this thing that we all know about, like, where he thinks a wrestler is a specific type of person and size and character, and that it has to be a big, bulky Hulk Hogan, right? Mm-hmm. Or like that. Then those are wrestlers, and you can't look any outside of anything else, right? Other than
They're sports entertainers.
Yeah, they're sports entertainers. Yeah, but like the people need to look like John Cena, right? Or you know what I mean when I say stuff like that. And that's not wrestling. I mean, that's part of wrestling. That's one part of wrestling is the big strong man. The other part of wrestling are, people that look like us, that are our size, people that are able to do feats of strength that don't look like they could do feats of strength. There's the sideshow characters as well. And that's part of wrestling where they, they have, like the Abaddon or the, zombie type of, of character. Gimmicks, a gimmick character, right? Or they have luchador wrestling where they have, wrestlers where you don't get to know who they are. They're masked. They're the masked crusader, right? Or the superhero. And AEW has all of that. And I just want to just play this clip real quick of what I'm talking about and how they're special.
Think about the athletes we have here in AEW that just genuinely not only maybe creep you out, but just are bizarre in nature. I mean, obviously Luther comes to the top. We've seen the Bunny in the show. Abaddon is one of them. Danhausen's here now, and my gosh.
There's a lot of unique characters that get the right to express themselves. It's not your cookie-cutter stamped wrestler. Here's performer A, B, or C.
Right.
These guys are all unique personalities, which makes AEW unique and wonderful.
Very well said, Paul. Very well said. And both men, they're best friends, little handshake, and they both put the elbow drop right on Serpentico.
Yeah, and so that makes and it doesn't make AEW special. It makes AEW a wrestling company, a wrestling promotion, right? The fact is that WWE's been around too far and dominated the scene for too long that people forget what the roots of real wrestling really is. And it's a vaudeville, circus act. Is basically what is where it came from, right?
And well, the characters are part of it too, and not just that. WWE wants to have them be actors, and AEW wants them to be extensions of themselves. Think creativity they come up with, as where WWE wants to come up with the creativity and just jam you into the hole and be like, make this work. As where AEW is like, this is what you think will work. Go excel at it.
Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah.
I just saw this thing, and it's really intriguing. The Forbidden Door.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring that up.
That sounds so cool.
So the Forbidden Door, James, is something that AEW opened. And what that is that we all know that AEW exists, WWE exists, and other promotions, other wrestling companies exist in the United States and across the world.
Yes.
And what AEW did was that they started allowing other promotions
cross-promotion
wrestle, and their wrestlers go to their other promotions and wrestle their wrestlers, to the point where, like, so far that wrestlers are wrestling in other promotions that they're winning other promotions belts. Like there's like John Moxley is signed to AEW and currently has the GCW heavyweight belt. Is that correct?
Yes.
And things like that happen. And so it was called the Forbidden Door because before this, you signed to a wrestling promotion, you wrestled for your promotion. And Tony Khan, the owner of AEW,
is he
recently mentioned that he's going to do another one.
He's going to open.
And the way the way he talked about this other one, I wish we had producer next time put in this note too, like Tony Khan's tweet. But the wordage that he had about the tweet was that it's going to be it's going to be somebody.
I got it.
Okay, what is it?
Epic.
It's going to be epic.
So he said the big announcement for Wednesday's Dynamite that we referenced on AEW Rampage, a free agent debut, and the person walking through the Forbidden Door are one and the same. They're walking in the door, signing a contract, and then slamming the door shut Wednesday on AEW Dynamite.
And so that has people speculating that it's going to be the first time will be a WWE wrestler. And the Killer Cross is one of them. Samoa Joe's been mentioned. Keith Lee's been mentioned. But the big ones that...
Are they all free agents right now?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Big one that...
These next ones aren't yet, though.
Big
which
one,
is why it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Big one would be Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy just recently left one of his matches, and under WWE's suspicion, they thought that he was abusing drugs again, and so they let him go. They let his contract go.
Okay.
And he went straight back to his brother, Matt Hardy, and just started hanging out with him. And he's like, I'm not doing drugs, but that's what they thought, so they let me go. And so everybody's thinking that Jeff's going to be the step through.
Whoa.
Which
a lot of speculation.
Which in my mind would make sense that it would be him, because they didn't say
brothers.
Yeah, the Hardy brothers get back together. But I think I also, now that we're thinking about it, it seems like such an obvious thing for that. It can't be him, because that's obvious that he's coming at some point. Why is it going to be? And under contract with WWE, the players have to, people have to wait like 60 days before they can go to somewhere else. Non-compete clause and stuff. So then the next one that they thought people are starting to say is either Shane O'Mac, Vince McMahon's own son, or Triple H, Vince McMahon's own son-in-law. And the reason why people think that it might be Triple H is because Vince McMahon was not happy with his handling of NXT. And did he actually let him go?
Yes.
He actually
Triple H got let go
by the W. Yeah.
Well, he got let go of his position at running NXT.
Okay.
Oh, well, is he still under contract as an entertainer?
The Legends deals are, people don't really know how they work, so I don't know if he's under contract, because that's why I think he's part of the talks. It's because people don't know his actual status.
Okay.
That'd be wild.
And it would be pretty shocking if Triple H came through there.
And so, so yeah, that'd be shocking. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Shane O'Mac just showed up to Royal Rumble out of nowhere. He was one of the contestants that was a secret contestant. He showed up last week to the Royal Rumble.
He fought in the Royal. He participated in the Royal Rumble.
He did. And then he got.
Wow.
And then
is he good?
No,
dude.
and then afterwards, it was found out that in good graces, Vince gave Shane the reins to run the Royal Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Like,
yep.
Vince was like, yo, Shane, you're my son. Let's squash this beef. You produce the Royal Rumble. You got this one.
While being a contestant.
And then then it was found out that Shane set it up for himself to win, to set himself up to be better in like the Elimination Chamber or so he could beat Roman Reigns in WrestleMania. Like he took the opportunity and then fucking ran with it, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was fucking pissed off.
He wasn't trying to win it, but he was trying to take the premier spots and like come out in like the second position and then last like the whole time, which is something reserved for like the best wrestlers.
Yeah.
And before it went on, they changed when Shane came out because they didn't like when he had planned it for himself. They changed a whole bunch of other stuff because they're just like, Shane, this is ridiculous.
Like right at the last
Bad
minute.
Bunny's time was changed. Like all these other wrestlers are mad. And so they had these ideas that they were going to start all these programs with Shane. And they were like, fuck all of this. It's all scrapped.
And so then Vince got mad at him and yelled at him and
Like, you
fired
fucked
him
up.
again. And so then now people are like, well, maybe it's going to be Shane. And I can't see it being Shane or Triple H at all.
No.
At all.
Those would be dumb.
You know who I think it really will be?
Who?
And I mean, there's a lot of Killer Cross or Karrion Cross or Keith Lee, I think would be the two big ones that I think would work because they were guys that people really, really, really liked in WWE and were mishandled horribly, just terribly dealt with.
Okay.
And I think these are two amazing performers. So one of those two are going to come through. I think that's just my thoughts, because Keith Lee, especially, man, when he showed up on Raw or whatever it was, they went through the moon to the moon with it, and then they got him squashed like immediately and ruined his push, and he lost a bunch of matches, and he was basically out of the company in no time at all. And so I think it's probably going to be Keith Lee. Otherwise, Killer Cross would be a good one, I think, too, because he was also very mishandled.
I just don't know. If,
Could be Goldberg.
Could be Gilbert.
Goldberg.
Or Gilberg.
Or Gilberg.
Do you know who Gilberg is?
Yeah. Who? But why don't you tell me so that I know that you know?
Gilberg is so when WCW and WWE were going against each other, I don't know if some guy came up with the gimmick of being like the loser Goldberg,
like knock
this
off,
little scrawny
knock off
guy.
Goldberg. Okay.
And he called himself Gilberg.
Oh,
and
dude.
Vince would do fake reveals of Goldberg and have Gilberg come out instead.
That's brilliant.
And so you'd think that like, okay, here's Goldberg. And then like, instead it's this little scrawny guy who's got an old man face going, ah! And he'd come out with little sparklers because Goldberg came out to the smoke and sparklers.
Yeah.
And then they spray him down with a fire extinguisher as his intro. So he comes out with the little sparklers and they spray him down with the fire extinguisher, and that's Gilberg.
He could go to the AEW.
I'd love it. I love the comedy wrestlers.
Yeah.
But I think that'd fall flat.
It wouldn't. Yeah, it'd only be like funny for like a minute.
Yeah.
And then
because the last time I believe he was used was there was someone getting in a program with Goldberg, and they had a big reveal like Goldberg's going to be on SmackDown tonight, and instead it was Gilbert.
So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be Gilbert either. I don't know. But either way, we don't know. I don't think it's any of these on the list. I think it's going to be somebody that we're not even thinking of, like Braun Strowman or somebody.
What if it's not even someone from WWE?
It could be somebody.
Because even that's speculating.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
It could be. What's that cool guy that did the hardcore match?
It could be
Gage.
With Nick Gage. What if it was Nick Gage?
I bet I'm going to say it's Maki Ito. Lance versus Adam Cole is coming up. Is that what that is?
Lance Archer versus Adam Page.
Adam Page.
Why is that C there?
Champion.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Next time, producer, just write that out. Lance and Adam Hangman Page are having a Texas death match. That's what's going on.
Is it a title match?
There's also a graphic that did not load. I don't know what that is.
It's pretty good graphics, though. If you ask me.
Yeah, I'm sad that it didn't load for you. That's a good graphic.
But yeah, okay. So that's going to be a fun something. Is that on this Wednesday on TBS?
That's this Wednesday on TBS.
There's going to be a
So
lot
Texas
of blood.
Death match.
And the Forbidden Door.
Yes.
On Wednesday.
Two
too.
big things.
Oh man.
Yep.
Oh man.
Jamez, do you know what a Texas death match is?
It's pretty rough. it's pretty severe, you know?
That's correct.
Yeah.
The Texas death match, there's many iterations of it, but mainly it's if you can't get up from a 10 count, it's like a last man standing hardcore match.
Okay.
And so I think this will be a good match to show how much of a badass Hangman Adam Page is.
Yeah.
And this is Lance Archer's like specialty. Texas death match is his thing.
And they usually are pretty bloody. They have a lot of barbed wire and explosives in Texas death matches.
Okay.
Maybe
We
not
just saw
explosives.
Impact to a women's Texas death match the other week.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey James and
I bet Adam Page wins.
You think Adam Page's going to win?
Yeah, probably.
I would assume. I would assume that's
he's the
what's
guy
going to
that
happen.
he's going to win now.
But I wonder if TBS knew what type of product they were getting when they were going to. Because there's a lot of swearing in AEW that you can hear.
Wasn't it the first episode they said fuck?
Yeah, and then first episode
5
Moxley was
seconds in.
back, he said fuck, and then just all the blood that happens. There's a lot of blood in AEW.
Well, that means they can get Nick Gage.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good suggestion. And that brings us to, that sound is, it's Fuzzy Memory Trivia time. Fuzzy Memory Trivia is when they ask questions and then they answer with the answer that is actual in nature.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Is that how I say that?
Yeah, we say answers all the time.
So this is trivia. You know how trivia works. You get points, you lose points, and this one you don't lose points, you just get points. C-dubs. Here is the first question. What is the name? Oh, well, first off, what's the score? This 2-2?
3-2 still?
3-2?
3-3?
Oh my goodness.
3-2. Let's go 3-2.
We're so good we were good all
Done
season.
it again. Blast off.
2-3? 3-2?
3-2.
3-2.
3-2 it is.
Okay. What is the name of the Major League Soccer club that is based in San Jose?
Quakes. Earthquakes?
There you go. Ding, ding, ding. You get a point. So 4-2?
3-3.
3-3.
Yes.
4-2.
Oh, yeah, because our Hess last week got a point. Is that what happened? I don't even know. Let's
get a
just
point
keep
or
on moving
something?
on. Just
So
keep
many
moving
points.
on, Fuzzy.
So
Who
many
cares?
points out there.
James,
Mm-hmm.
who won 1996 World Series beating the Atlanta Braves 4-2? Who won the 1996 World Series beating Atlanta Braves 4-2?
It was the Texas Rangers.
Incorrect. C-dubs.
Say it one more time.
Who won the 1996 World Series beating the Atlanta Braves 4-2?
The Florida Marlins.
Incorrect. New York Yankees.
Damn.
That's a dumb team.
C-Dubs, what is the name of the Buccaneers theme song?
Ooh, Swashbuckle Away.
Incorrect.
I love that song, though.
Jameis.
Avast ye, matey.
Incorrect. Hey, hey, Tampa Bay.
That's not. They should pick a better song.
Jameis.
Yeah, mine was better.
Who won golf's
Who won golf's
2018
So many
Guinness Open?
2018 Guinness Open was Tiger Woods.
Incorrect. C-Dubs.
Norm McDonald.
Incorrect. Bubba Watson.
Oh, I've actually heard of him.
C-Dubs. What player
Yes.
won the 2014 American League MVP award?
Jose Altuve.
Incorrect. Jameis.
What? Can you repeat that? There was a
Which player won the 2014 American League MVP awards?
Mike Trout.
Correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, of course.
And that brings us to the end of Fuzzy Memory Trivia. And so it is now 4-3.
3-3.
3-3.
4-3.
4-3? Man, producer, if you're the producer for next season, figure out what the score was this season.
What are these points?
Or we just started
we
over
keep talking about.
I don't know, James. I just don't know. I don't know anymore.
Someone needs to figure things out.
Then that's what the producer's supposed to do.
Yeah.
So next week we'll have a different producer. We have another slot filled. We're like I said, we're testing people out to see how well they can do, because we can't just jump into the next season and not test people out and just have a producer, right? So
It's basically the Wonderlick of podcasts.
So we're doing 3 episodes at the end of this last season to do that. I hope that works. You did a good job. Sorry, we're not going to say your name or promote anything that you do outside of this, because we don't know if we're going to go with you yet. So I hope you.
Thank you, though.
Yeah, I hope you appreciate
Thanks,
it.
producer.
Next time, make sure to do a little bit more of those sound effects or something like that.
Yeah,
That'd be great if you do.
And
this.
put things in there that say that I'm really cool.
Yeah. Remind James that he's cool. He needs that. We are at the end of the episode. Remember to go to fuzztalkshop.com and purchase yourself a hoodie or a t-shirt if you like what we're doing. Next week is our last episode, which brings us to episode 90. Jeez. Right? That's wild.
Nice.
And at the end of our episodes, we like to ask, what's going on? What do you got going on until next week?
At the end
James,
of our
how you
episode.
feeling? What's going on, buddy?
So that's what next episode is going to be about? We're just going to hang out and... Oh, you mean the end of this episode?
Yeah. What's going on? How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm great. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah?
That was a lot of fun. I think I'll come back next week.
Yeah, I would like it. That'd be
cool.
That'd be cool.
Awesome.
I think the FuzzJockers would like that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ask them?
Anything you'd like to get off your chest or throw out into the universe before we move on to C-Dubs' chest givings?
No, I just hope everyone at the Olympics does their best to stay safe, and I'm going to be safe and just take in a lot of at-home entertainment, the video games, the streaming shows. It's fun. It's fun to stay home.
It is.
It
is.
So I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be rad. Hang out with my son too.
Yeah. I like that.
Lovely.
C-Dubs?
I'm going to finish we've
Dishes?
finally gotten to the end of inventory, so I've been focusing on getting that done at work. And then Friday I'm going to an outdoor Super Bowl exhibit to stand next to the number of Super Bowl that it is and get my picture taken.
Nice.
The numbers.
That'll be
Nice.
fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it'll be something.
Oh, Fuzzy, do you do
Fuzzy,
things?
how about you?
I am going to do very little, if not. No, what's up?
Oh, I was gonna say if you weren't gonna do something, we can play some online video games too.
You know, we can play some online video games, and that's probably what I'm going to do is play some
That's
online
safe.
video games. It's one of those things.
That's
Absolutely.
safe.
It's safe.
It's fun. It's
Because,
collaborative.
you know why we're talking about being safe?
It's fun.
Because there is still a pandemic going on. So I'd like to end the show, I'd like to say, make sure if you do go do something outside your house, just still wear a mask.
Masks,
even if you're vaccinated and boosted, you know, the pandemic's still going on, and you don't want to keep on spreading that shit because I don't want to be scared to get it anymore. Fuck that. No, what I'm saying is, you know, be safe. Be safe. Stay away from people. I'm going to stay home. I'm not going to do anything. I don't fucking care anymore. And this was
We're gonna do our best.
The penultimate episode.
FuzzJockRadio.
What's up, nephew? Hold on, y'all. Don't ask no questions yet. I'm trying to put the order in. You doing it? Okay.
What's on the menu tonight?
Chris, he said no questions.
Yeah, right. Tell me to lock in, man. Hold on. I got one more thing. Hold on, wait. Customize, no ice. Like Minnesota, y'all. I love Minnesota, man. Hope y'all love me back.